little learners. How are you going? I hope you all must be going very well. Today, students, we are back with our new session of class 3rd, and today we are going to explore the chapter named as Parts of a Plant. Okay? So, students, as we all as a human being have different body parts, similarly, plant is also a living being and it also has many different body parts. Okay? Each and every part of a plant has a specific name and also a specific function or role to play. So, today in this session, we are going to learn the different parts of a plant, what are their names, and how do they function and help a plant to survive. Okay, let's start the chapter. So, first of all, student, the very and the one and only objective of this chapter is to learn about the different parts of a plant. Okay, now, then next what we have is rearrange the following to write the name of the parts of the plant. So student, they have given you the different parts of the plant. Okay, and the names of those parts of the plant have also been given to you, but in a jumbled manner. Okay, you have to unscramble it and you have to write the correct name of that particular part of the plant. So first of all, if we see this picture, so this is the fruit part of a plant. So we are going to write over here fruit. Okay, Fruit, fruit. Then this is the green colored part of the plant known as leaves. Okay, Leas, leaf. Then third part which we have is these tiny parts, okay, which are inside the fruit of a plant and they are known as seed. Okay, so write over here SEED, seed. Then next we come to this part which they have shown you, this middle part of the plant. This is known as stem of the plant. It helps the plant to stand upright. Okay, we will discuss it in the next pages in a detailed manner, but right now just write its name, that is stem. Next, what is it? This is a beautiful part of the plant which is flower. Okay, so write over here FLOWER, flower. Then next, what is this? This is the root part of our plant. So we will write ROOT, root. Okay, so like this, we have written the different parts of the plant over here. Now let us discuss all of them one by one. Okay, so all living things have a different body part for different function. Similarly, a plant also has different parts which perform different functions. Same as I told you that every living being has various number of body parts. Every body part has a specific name and a specific function to perform. So similarly in the plant also, the plant has different parts which perform different functions for it. Now they have shown you in this picture the different parts of a plant. See, first of all, this part, which is the underground part of the plant, this is known as root. Okay. Then this part, which helps the plant to stand straight, to stand upright. This part is known as stem part. Okay. Then this part is known as fruits and this green colored part are known as leaves. Okay. This is the beautiful part known as flower and this small part out of which the flower grows further is known as bud. Okay. Now, first of all, what we have is root. So, root is a part of the plant that grows under the soil. As I told you, it is the part which grows under the ground. Okay. Now, roots can have different shapes and sizes. Okay. And majorly, we have two types of roots. Number one, tap root and the other is fibrous root. First of all, we have taproot. So students, in the taproot, we have a main thick root in the center. Okay, it consists of a main thick root. And out of this thick root, there are many small roots which grows. Okay, this thick root is long, thick and very strong. Okay, you can see in this picture also, this is the main thick root in the center, and there are many small thin roots which arise out of this main root, and such type of structure of a root is known as taproots. Okay, bean, peas, mustard, all these plants have taproots only. Next, we come to fibrous root. So, fibrous root consists of a number of very fine and bushy roots. Okay, so in case of fibrous root, there is no such type of a male thick root. Okay, instead of that, it consists of numerous fine and bushy roots, a kind of bunch of roots. Okay, like this. You can see this is the fibrous root. In this, there is no type of any male thick root in the center. Now, examples of some plants which have fibrous root are grass, rice, onion, wheat, maize, etc. All these plants have fibrous root. Now, they have given you some functions of a root. So, first of all, that root holds a plant firmly to the ground. A plant would fall to the ground without the root. Okay, so if there were no roots in the plant, then the plant would have not hold it firmly to the ground. So actually the roots function is to hold the plant tightly, firmly with the soil. Okay. Secondly, second and very important function of root is to absorb the water and minerals from the soil. And after absorbing it, the roots send these water and minerals to the other parts of the plant. Okay. Then the third function of the root is that we have some plants such as carrot, radish, beetroot. All these plants store food in their roots. And we all eat these roots as a food. You can see this is a carrot, beetroot, radish. All these are the plants which store food in their roots, and we eat all these roots as a food. Now, next we come to the second part of the plant, that is the shoot part. Shoot is the above part of the plant, above the soil, above the ground part of the plant. Okay, so it is a part of the plant that grows above the soil, as I told you. Now, the shoot consists of many parts, like it consists of stem, branches, leaves, buds, flowers and fruits. Okay? Now, let us discuss all of them one by one. First of all, we have stem. So, stem is the main part of the shoot. Okay? It is the main part of the shoot, and it bears leaves, birds, flowers, fruits. All of them are bared by the stem part only. Now, every plant have different kind of stem. That means a stem can be strong or weak also. Such as you can see, there are some plants like bean and grapevine. Okay, these plants have very soft and green stems, right? But the stem of the big trees, the large and the strong trees, their stem is very hard, is very thick, woody and strong. Okay, you can see, and they have given example also like neem and banyan. Okay, these are a kind of big trees and their stem are very thick, strong and woody. And such a type of stem is known as trunk. Okay. Now, then what we have? We have potato, onion, ginger. Okay. All are the stems only. All these are stems. But these are some special types of stem as they grow below the soil. Usually the stem grows above the soil. but these are the stem which grows below the soil, and therefore they are called underground stem. Okay. One more major function of these underground stem is that they store food, and we also eat these stems. These are edible stems majorly. Okay. You can see this is a grapevine plant. Okay. Its stem is very weak, as I told you. This is a banyan tree whose stem is known as trunk because of its thickness, strong and woodiness. Then this is the potato plant, ginger plant, which are underground stem which store food in them, and we also eat these stems. Okay. Now they have given you the functions of stem. So first function is what? That stems give support to the plant, right? To stand upright. Secondly, stems carry water and nutrients from the roots. See, when we have discussed the functions of the roots, over there we have learned that roots absorb water and minerals from the soil, right? After absorbing those water and minerals from the soil, the roots transport it to the stem. And then the stem carry water and nutrients to the leaves, and then carry the food which is made by the leaves to all the parts of the plant. So basically the function of stem is of transporting the food or water nutrients to the different parts of the plant. Third, as we have discussed that there are some stem of some plants which are grown or which grows under the ground or are known as underground stem. They also store food. Okay, such as you can see the stem of some plants like we have sugar cane. It also stored the food which is made by the plant, and then we eat such stems of the plants. Okay. Now the third part of the plant which we are going to discuss is about leaf. Okay, so students, leaf is the most important part of the shoot. Why? Because it is called kitchen of the green plant. Now you can suggest on yourself, if they are called kitchen of the green plants, that means what? The food of the plant is prepared by the leaves. Okay. Leaves are usually green and flat, right? Most of the leaves are green and flat. And that flat part of the leaf is called what? Leaf blade. You can see this flat part, this whole flat part is known as what? A leaf blade. Then the upper and lower sides of a leaf blade are slightly different in color. If we talk about the upper and the lower side of a leaf blade, it is slightly different in color. Then a thin tube runs through the middle of the leaf blade, and this is called midrib. You can see in this picture also. Let me show you. Wait. Okay. See, this thin and the middle tube-like structure which runs along the center of the leaf. This is called midrib. And through this midrib, there are many smaller tubes. You can see like this. These smaller tubes which runs along the sideways of this midrib, all these are known as sideways. Okay, this center tube is known as main vein or midrib, and these side tubes are known as sideways. So there are other smaller tubes that run from the main vein and are called side veins. Okay, now what is the function of these veins? They carry water to all part of the leaf. The lower side of the leaf has many tiny pores called stomata. Air enters and leaves the leaf through the stomata. Very important part of the leaf or the whole plant, that there are many tiny or small openings under the side, under surface of the leaves. Okay, and these tiny and small openings are known as stomata. All the gaseous exchange takes place in the plant through these stomata only. As we have nose for the gaseous exchange, so in the leaves they have stomata for the gaseous exchange to take place. Okay, now Then we have functions of leaves. So the very important function of leaf is what? Of the process photosynthesis. As we have discussed that leaves are the kitchen of the plant. They are able to prepare the food for the whole plant, and this whole food making process of the plant is known as photosynthesis. Now let us discuss about that. So first of all the leaves have a green color pigment in them, and that green colored pigment is known as chlorophyll. Now, what does this chlorophyll does? So, chlorophyll helps the plant to prepare food. Okay. Now, there are some raw materials which are required by the leaves to prepare their food. They prepare their food with the help of water, and a gas also is required by the leaves, which is carbon dioxide. And this water and carbon dioxide gas in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Okay, all these are the things which are required by the leaves, that is water, carbon dioxide, sunlight and chlorophyll. Okay, now they obtain water from the soil. The plants get water from the soil, and carbon dioxide they get from the air, and then the leaves prepare the food for the plant, and this process is called photosynthesis. Next, the leaf takes in carbon dioxide through the stomata and gives out oxygen. All living things breathe in oxygen to stay alive. So the leaf takes the carbon dioxide from the air to prepare their food or to carry out the process of photosynthesis. And in return, they release oxygen into the air, and that oxygen is breathed in by the other living organisms such as animals and human beings. So now we can say that the other function of the leaf is to provide oxygen, a life supporter gas for the other living beings. Then there are some leaves of plants like cabbage, spinach, lettuce. Okay, all these leaves store food in them, and therefore after that we eat these leaves as vegetables. Okay, you can see in pitcher plant, leaves are modified to form a pitcher and they trap insect. So basically there is a plant known as pitcher plant, and in this plant the leaves are modified to form a shape of like pitcher, and this plant or this pitcher trap the insect, and then these plant digest those insects inside them. Okay, and therefore the pitcher plant is called insectivorous plant also. Now, next part of the plant which we have is flowers. The flower is the most beautiful part of a plant. The most beautiful, brightest part of a plant is flower. Okay, most of the flowers are brightly colored. They have a sweet smell. Okay, and then most flowers change into fruits also afterwards. We have cauliflower, we have broccoli. These are also the examples of flowers only, but these are some special flowers as they store food in them, and then we can eat them as a food. Okay, we eat cauliflower, we eat broccoli, right? And all these are the examples of flowers that we eat. You can see this is a flower which is changing into a fruit, and a fruit has a seed inside it. And through these seeds, the new plants get arise. Now next we have fruits. So flower turns into fruit. We have discussed in the last page also that a flower gradually turns into fruit. Fruits are the fleshy part of the plant, right? The fleshy, the juicy part of the plant are known as fruits. Most fruits contain seeds inside them. So most of the fruits have seeds inside them. There are some fruits such as mango and plum which have only a single seed inside them, right? They have a single seed inside them. But on the other hand, we have some fruits such as apple, orange, lemon. They have a few seeds inside them. Then fruits such as papaya, watermelon, these fruits have many seeds inside them. and we eat the fruits of many plants. You can see this is a mango. It is a fruit with only one seed. This is papaya. It is a fruit with many seeds. Okay. Then next we have seeds. Seeds are present mostly inside the fruit. See, a flower changes into fruit and the fruit has seeds inside them, and these seeds are of different shape, sizes and colors. Right? We eat seeds of plant. There are some plants whose seeds are edible like bean, rice, corn, gram and wheat. All these are the edible seed. See, such seeds are called edible as we are able to eat them. We can eat them. Spices such as mustard and cumin, if you must have eaten mustard, cumin seeds, all these are seeds and they are also considered as spices. Why? Because they add flavor and a very fragrance, a kind of fragrance also they add to our food. Now, next what we have is germination. So, till last page, we have discussed all the different parts of the plant, like you have discussed about root, shoot, stem, leaves, flowers, fruits, seeds. So, these were the different parts of the plant about which we have discussed along with their functions. Right. Now, we have a process known as germination process. See, when a seed is planted into the soil and it gets right amount of water, air and sunlight, it grows into a new plant. And the process of development of a new plant from the seed is called germination process. Okay. So student, as I told you that inside the fruit there are seeds and the seed has a baby plant inside it. So, if we sow that seed into the soil and then that seed, if it gets the right amount of water, air and sunlight, means if it gets favorable condition, that out of that seed, a new plant grows. And this whole process of development of a new plant from a seed is called germination process or germination of a seed. You can see this was a seed inside which we have sown into the soil, and slowly through that seed this whole new plant has been grown, and this process is known as germination. This is wrong written over here. It should be germination of a seed. Okay. So students, I hope the chapter was very clear to you. You all are now very clear, very aware of the different parts of the plant along with their functions, that what and how do they perform and how do they support the plant to survive, right? And the very main motto of your life should be what? That we should plant more and more trees, as these plants are very useful to us. They provide us many useful things and also they make our environment green and fresh and healthy. Okay, so let's meet in the next session with a new and exciting topic. Till then, keep going well and thanks to everyone.